Motogp is back. We're ready to go. What a start! They're almost touching. Full contact. What a move was that? He powers through to the lead. He's done it. Unbelievable. Looking hungry up just behind him.
14 front rows in 15 for Fabio Quartararo ahead of the ex-king. Talk to Repsolon's Marquez. Can he reclaim the throne as King of Kota? He's with Simon now.
Mark, I have to, but watching all the practice, I've got to say you're my favourite coming into this race. More importantly, how do you feel?
2 laps, stop.
We're back in Austin, we're back in America after a 30-month absence. Fun. Eyes to the lights. And we're underway here in Austin. A good start there from all riders on the front row. Particular
start for Alex Rins, although there's almost contact there between the two Suzuki teammates. Rins under pressure immediately as well, though, from Jorge Martin. Rins start.
He leads from the championship leader, Fabio Quartararo. Bagnaia then in third. There is Alex Rins, then up to fourth, just ahead of Jorge Martin.
Alex Rins has gained 4 places in the.
He's just seen a rider struggling, Mir in particular, over the crest through turn 10.
Into turn 1, trying to make some places up from 10th, but he got boxed in. Miller still in 10th place at the moment.
Marquez
wanted to be there, he got the perfect start, and now then can he execute plan A? Pecco Bagnaia thought that he'd get his head down there in the turn 15 as he tries to keep the pressure on Pecco Bagnaia.
We head up towards turn 16. Issues with Mark leading this one. It's all about where Pecco Bagnaia finishes at the moment. His championship rival is in 4th. Brad Binder made up a couple of places on this on the South African. Brad Binder. Miller then still in 9th place. Polis Spargo just behind these two, and then it's Alex Munn.
They'll be hoping that that's a key choice for the second half of the race, perhaps when some of the grip ahead of him fades. Marquez then in position 8. Martin's actually got Pecco Bagnaia, hasn't it? It's not been the start to this Grand Prix that Pecco Bagnaia envisaged.
No, not at all. From pole position, previous lap, back to Quartararo and Alex Rins. Just in the background there, Pecco Bagnaia has now got trouble in the form of Taka Nakagami. It is Nakagami, who had great pace this weekend, this morning in particular.
Can cave in, full fuel tank, still at this part of the race into turn 12. The Hondas have struggled in turn 12, stopping at the end of that straight.
Motogp loads up on Alex Rins in the fight for third as we come across the line then to complete lap 2. It's still Marquez that leads, fastest lap had.
Top 5 rhythm yesterday, but at the moment he's been absolutely awesome. 2:04.859, the best lap of the race coming in from.
This is the helicopter shots through the twists and turns, the changes of direction. Nakagami has remounted, but he's found it hard to get the bike stopped through there all weekend. Most Honda riders have.
Yeah, he got in there, full commitment. He was in a little bit of lap here in Kota, who leads the way. There's been no overtake offered as yet from Fabio Quartararo. Rins still there for 7/10 of a second.
Jack Miller here is trying to make up 2 places in 1 and has done it. Can he get the bike stopped? Wow!
Yeah, this bodes well for Miller as well, because he's got that hard rear tyring, which you would think in theory is going to give him the superior grip, the better grip. 6 next in his sight, his teammate Bagnaia.
Marquez did say look out for Jack Miller, 10th on the grids. That qualifying certainly did not. The end then of lap 3. Martin is looking very good indeed, and a proper threat, the rookie, in 4th as we cross the line.
Of it, squeezes back up the inside of his fellow Spaniard. Now who's got the advantage? They sweep down the hill into this fast turn number 2. It's advanced into 2:04. It's about half a second quicker than anybody else around in the Aussie.
Yeah, he's a bit angry after what happened yesterday, isn't Suzuki of Alex Rins ahead of Jorge Martin.
Rins knew the significance of making that move back on Martin immediately into the first corner, because Rins has got no chance, and then of course you run the risk of Marquez and Quartararo just gapping him a little bit, so that was imperative that Rins made that.
Pecco Bagnaia, is Martin going to have a look?
Yeah. There's no might in it, was there? There was no might in it. That was just effortless for Jorge Martin, just whacked the company as well. This is the battle for 7th.
Yeah, taking lumps out of each other there, Mir and Binder. Mir retaliates immediate. 16, there is Pecco Bagnaia in 5th, ahead of his teammate Jack Miller. It's around this stage of the race where Marquez...
Yeah, so I'm kind of bunching up here. The pace is pretty slow, isn't it? They're doing sort of low 2:05s, the men at the front. Jack Miller in the 2:04s.
Who's gone down? Who has just crashed?
That was at the first corner. You could just see a bike skidding across the surface there, couldn't you?
He's the Pramac Ducati rider. He's down and out.
Well, he's scored just 9 points potentially now in the last 5 races. What's happened to Zarco?
He's not able to escape right at this moment in time.
Yeah, normally at this stage in a Kota battle, Marquez is normally about 2 seconds.
Simon, you got some views on the overtakes going on between Martin and Rins. Hang on a second. I thought Martin was going to have a look at Quattro.
That Martin actually, with the higher speed of the Duke, actually braked slightly early, and Rins had to dive past at the edge speed.
Thanks for that, Simon. Yeah, Martin at the moment is looking a real nuisance.
Quattararo are not breaking away from Jorge Martin, who you've got to say at the moment is doing an absolutely outstanding job. He didn't think he had this kind of pace. Jorge Martin is moving through on Fabio Quattararo, who's going to be last on the brakes into the first corner. Whoa, that was tight. Very, very tight between
Fabio Quattararo, unwilling to allow Jorge Martin to come through on him. In the meantime, Jack Miller has now passed Bagnaia, so Marquez will be hoping that Jorge Martin can start roughing up Fabio Quattararo here, because then it's giving him that opportunity to just put a bit more daylight for turn 10 on lap number 6. Can Martin get close enough to power past Fabio Quattararo on the back straight? That's the big question.
Can push already from the 8 times world champion. Yeah, the advantage now, it's gone up by half a second already.
And Jack Miller has gone through, crucially, on Alex Rins. This is a great fight through the pack from the Australian. He's gone from 10th on the grid.
In Jack Miller's belly after what happened in qualifying yesterday. It's a premature end to the race for 31-year-old Frenchman Johan Zarco. No top 10 in his last 5 races. Up at turn 1, he was in hot there, wasn't he, when it was a bump as well. It also caught him out.
Oh no, we saw that a moment ago. He's through on Alex Rins. It's a 9/10 of a second gap between Marquez and Quattararo in second.
Black Miller, the rest of the field that's able to get into the 204s with the Repsol Honda man. So Marquez,
if he stays in second place, he does not feature in his championship fight. Second place to Marc Marquez in Austin is not something getting into his rhythm. He's 6th.
Struggling big time, Steve, on that last lap.
Just in the background there, you can see Pol Espargaro is having a good ride. He's just moved up ahead of Enea Bastianini.
You can see how much time Binder was able to claw back on him in the braking zone for turn 12. Alex Rins likewise, he also was back in
complete control, 3.6 seconds up the road ahead of Fabio Quattararo, the World Championship leader. Quattararo here this year, he's done what he's failed to do in the past. He's remained consistent. He's made the bad days second.
3.5 seconds clear of Fabio Quattararo, who's then got a big buffer back to Jorge Martin. He'll be relieved that there's no significant vital World Championship points. They'll feel like gold, won't they, because this man's victory charge just hasn't materialised right from the get-go.
And here we see Miller's pitboard. Bagnaia, maybe that was the signal that he needed.
Pace, and if there was any more there, 2 seconds he is now clear. Quattararo ahead of him.
Quattararo himself only a 10th off Marquez in terms of his lap times just a moment ago. But here he is, about to recapture, you would think, the throne that he so adores. You can just see here as they head around turn 10.
These are significant World Championship points.
A little bit. You wonder whether or not he's suffering a bit of arm pump in the latter stages of this race.
Well, the team, didn't they, said pre-race, Steve, on here, this would be one of the rides of the season from Jorge Martin. I don't think they're going to intervene. It's every man for himself, isn't it? Jack Miller didn't have the pace, that's why he was his 3rd place away from Jorge Martin. Not close enough as they come back towards the end of this second sector. Just whether he just tired and just didn't have the energy to change direction, or whether he just had a big bump and it takes him off the circuit. Oh.
Guys, it's not actually the cut, is it, that they get penalised for? It's for not losing enough time through that when you do
to him, because it could well allow Rins and Miller to get by him as well. Pecco Bagnaia then limits the damage being done to him.
Fabio Quattararo in the championship battle, but 4 points that he can ill afford to surrender to the Frenchman. As we're coming up now to 10th lap of 20 with a 4.2 second advantage over Fabio Quattararo.
Yeah, it's been an outstanding from pole. Further back, Martin then is 4th. He's got to take along that penalty. Rins is 5th, Miller 6th, Mir 7th. Mir is being caught.
Yeah, that's what picks him off the circuit then into turn number 5, and that's what's going to cost, unfortunately, Jorge Martin here in Austin.
The King of Kota is going to take his crown back here. There's 2 laps on the cards for Enea Bastianini as a rookie on a 2-year-old Ducati.
Super impressive again, fighting for the podium again, because he's doing mid 205s. He's running the same pace as Fabio Quattararo and Marc Marquez at the moment.
For 5. Martin still hasn't taken his long lap penalty. to be careful. So then, we're about to start the final lap. The podium, I'm afraid, Jorge Martin, by the looks of things, just 5.5 kilometres left for Marc Marquez.
Yes, it is going to be a magnificent 7 wins in cowboy country for this man. The crucial moment in lap 6 and 7, he's going to take 20 impressively precious points for the championship, and Pecco Bagnaia is going to rescue third, not what he wanted.
Austin, Marc Marquez has stretched his legs and no one can get close to him to lay a finger on him, and it's the same story. An emotional year, his return to action. It's win number 2 coming the way of Marc Marquez.
It's been absolutely awesome. He is going to conquer Kota for the 7th time in 8 visits.
And stands, he can cruise home to victory. The long lap penalty finally has been taken by Jorge Martin, and unfortunately he's lost.
What a race by Jorge Martin, but what a race by this man. He's going to reclaim the crown. He's back on the throne as the king of Kota.
Throne, Captain America is back. Marc Marquez wins in Austin near Miller. What an excellent ride from the Italian rookie.
The class by Marquez then here at the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. We've seen this site a few times down the years here on Marc Marquez. Get the dope.